Hi friends. I'm Arma Saeed and you are watching, What Exactly Are the Rules of Ramadan? The 20 Rules of Ramadan, on Kingdom Information, YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories, updates and articles on daily basis. This is what is allowed and what isn't. Here are our Ramadan tips for the month of fasting. Ramadan 2021 is going to be very different to previous years, but there are still rules that must be followed. Whereas mosques were all closed at the time of Ramadan in 2020, this time they are open for communal worship, with limited numbers, advance booking, social distancing and other COVID guidelines. Whatever the circumstances imposed by the pandemic and government restrictions, the basic rules for this 9th month of the Islamic calendar still stand. Ramadan was the time when the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. To celebrate the revelation of the Holy Scriptures, fasting is compulsory for all adult Muslims, except in special circumstances, on every day of this holy month. Fasting is undertaken from early morning to sunset each day. The month lasts 29 or 30 days, depending on a sighting of the new moon to signal the start of Ramadan and then another moon sighting to determine the end of Ramadan and the start of the next month, Shawwal. A traditional festive scene that might be used in greetings for Ramadan Kareem. This is a good wish for the Islamic holy month, with Kareem meaning generous. A traditional festive scene that might be used in greetings for Ramadan Kareem. This is a good wish for the Islamic holy month, with Kareem meaning generous. Dates are a traditional way to break the fast. 20 Rules of Ramadan. Rule number 1. What fasting means. Fasting means no food or drink and also abstaining from bad habits and sins such as smoking, swearing, gossiping, arguing, fighting or being disrespectful, cruel or selfish. Sexual relations are also banned during the hours of fasting. Rule number 2. When to eat. Fasting runs each day between a pre-dawn meal, known as suhoor, and a meal after sunset, iftar. Rule number 3. Who fasts all male and female adults, meaning anyone who has undergone puberty, must take part in fasting. Rule number 4. Exceptions. There are exceptions. Anyone who is ill or traveling during Ramadan and who doesn't take part in the fasting must make up the days of fasting later. Rule number 5. Women. Women who are pregnant, menstruating or breastfeeding don't have to fast. If you begin your period during Ramadan fasting, the fast is broken and you must make up for it later. Rule number 6. Elderly or ill. The elderly and chronically ill, including diabetics, are exempt from fasting, along with the severely mentally ill. Doctors can give advice on whether you are fit and well enough to fast. Rule number 7. What happens instead? Those with permanent health conditions instead help the poor to compensate for not fasting. Rule number 9. Atonement, kafara. Kafara, meaning penance, is the compensation you should pay if you deliberately miss or break a fast in the month of Ramadan without a valid reason. To atone for the missed, intentionally broken fast, a person must fast continuously for 60 days. If they are unable to do that, then they have to feed 60 poor people at a rate of £5 per person, the cost of an average meal in the UK. This amounts to £300 in kafara for each missed, intentionally broken fast, according to Islamic Relief. Rule number 12. Vomiting. The fast is broken if you make yourself vomit deliberately, but not if it's done suddenly or involuntarily. Do not swallow the vomit or that will definitely break the fast. Rule number 14. Children. Prepubescent children are not required to fast, but some of them do it for some days, or parts of days, to train themselves in readiness for Ramadan as an adult. Rule number 15. Brushing teeth. You can brush your teeth and rinse your mouth, but it's not permitted to swallow any water, or you would invalidate the fast. Rule number 16. Water. It's also fine to swim, bathe or shower, again, as long as you don't swallow any water. Rule number 17. Injections. If you need injections for medical reason, it's perfectly acceptable to continue these and the fast will not be broken. Rule number 18. Swallowing. Accidentally swallowing food or dust, such as airborne particles of sieved flour, or your own saliva will not invalidate the fast. You can also deliberately taste food. For instance, if checking the seasoning when preparing a meal for the iftar later, as long as you don't swallow the food. Rule number 19. Purity. You must not be in a state of janaba. This is an Islamic term meaning impurity after sex, ejaculation or the completion of the menstrual cycle. A person in this state must wash so that they can become ritually pure and take part in Ramadan fasting and prayers the following day. The full body cleansing ritual they must undertake is known as ghusl. Rule number 20. Eyes. Eyeliner and eye drops are allowed, and drops must be continued if someone is suffering glaucoma. The advice is to use drops before and after the fasting and use a technique to stop the fluid drain down into the throat. I hope you enjoyed the video of what exactly are the rules of Ramadan. The 20 rules of Ramadan. In upcoming video you will get to know how to physically prepare for Ramadan. Thanks a lot for watching the Kingdom Information YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for useful videos on daily basis.